What is going on, everybody? Big Apple Stacker here on a Friday over here. And believe it or not, guess who I got up here? To my left, or right, I don't know.
We don't know.
All out of currency in the house.
I know, it's weird. This is weird. I don't do live. I don't do live. I do every once in a while
He does not. We do not do live. He doesn't do live. I do live. What's going on to everybody in the chat?
Everybody's coming in.
Yeah, everybody's coming in because everybody's like, I think everybody knows that you're here. It's not because of me. They don't give two shits about me. We don't care about me.
Well, I don't know. You might be. I mean, this morning we kind of.
Yeah.
What the hell? Let's do this. You were a little salty all over the place.
Well, I was. You were bringing up some crazy shit to me, and I'm like, what is this guy talking about? But
your anger. Okay, everybody. Big Apple has an anger management problem, and we got to help him with it, or just make him more angry. Just tip that son of a bitch right over the edge.
I tell you, if not, like I always tell people, you could wind up just getting clipped. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got George Campbell in the house. George Campbell, what's going on to George Campbell? Masterpiece of Gold. I know that he is probably on the road. We actually invited him up. Jeff Davis in the house. Lola in the house. What is going on? Who else do we have? Jerry Parker. Gunny's in the house. Gunny, I think we sent it to you, so maybe you may want to pop up. I would love to drop the link inside the chat, but I'm always worried about who may want to come up here because you never know. But anyway, we got Gunny in the house. Hello to everybody that's coming in right now. We got Kentucky John in the house. What's up? KY is in the house. Who else as we go on? B.R. Williams in the house. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Mike Pepsi in the house. Retired Avery Rob in the house. You know, he likes to show his monkeys. I have no idea why.
R&R is a monkey shower.
He is a monkey shower. I tell you, I don't know where it's at. Wait, maybe it could be somewhere out here. He did send me some monkeys, and I got to show it real quick, and I don't want to show it. Retired Avery Rob, thank you for your monkey. I appreciate for your monkey. Thank you very much. Okay, so
I know George Campbell wants to shock the monkey, but
I think George Campbell. I mean George definitely wants to shock the monkey.
George Campbell, you frighten yet excite me at the same time.
That's right.
It's disturbing.
It is. It actually is. Sergeant, what's going on? Sergeant Stacker, what's going on? Now, guys, normally on my Friday, the day that I'm off from work, I normally have a sale, an auction. An auction.
But you got me.
Today, since I wasn't going to do an auction because I normally do my auction for next week, I got Dan up here. Dan is here with me, and we are going to be talking about everything under the sun, right?
There is no real agenda except currency. I might listen to Coin Talk, but whatever.
Yeah, he's not like a coin guy. He's like, listen, the hell with the coins. Who cares about it?
Well, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I have a ton of them, but not a ton. But I have.
No, you do. You do have a couple of.
I have a type collection of U.S. half dollars and silver dollars and.
You did have two mortgages before I sent you one, which is now three.
Correct. I've got three, and I got a very special 40% Ike that everybody wants. I think. Yeah. I had to pay someone to give it to me.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Ike's are really beautiful coins, by the way.
They are. They just in circulation. They just take such a beating because of the design on the front.
Yeah, I mean, they're unbelievable.
Bald heads do not do well.
Yeah, they surely don't. But I think the Type 2 is pretty nice.
Is the Type 2 and the Cuba's there for Type 2? I don't know. Gunny would know.
He would definitely know. If he wants to pop up, he can pop up. and talk about that. But even though we're going to talk about currency,
yeah, you can see right there. There's the Ike. Right
there it is.
That's Ike's.
Well, much thank you, Crazy Football Paul. By the way, trying to get that out.
I know it.
Yes. So yeah, that is Ike's only 40%. They couldn't make that a 90%.
Hey,
so
I'm gonna. Can I ask something?
Sure. Feel free.
So, we're always fishing for ideas and stuff to talk about, and it's not. I got plenty to do, but trying to aim the audience. Talk to the audience. And everybody who's watched me knows I'm the poor man currency. If I get a 30, holy buckets, I rolled it out, man. But that's just where my budget is, and I want a lot of notes. But so I'm trying to figure out, the audience, and I put up a poll, and thank you to the 83 people who voted. But I'm like, hey, if you're out there, come vote on it. And the question is, what's the most you will spend on a banknote? And I broke it into 4 categories because that's the only options you get. 1 to 350, 351 to 750, 750 to 1,000, 1,000 or more. And as of right now, what's shocking, not shocking, it surprised me. 46% right now are spending $1,000 or more. And so, okay, well, that helps me saying, hey, what do we want to talk about more? What do we want to aim at more? Because there are, I think the sweet spot for the best value of notes is between 750 and 1,000, where you can get a lot of nice notes and rare notes, scarce notes. It's like Ontario did a video today. And he was showing, I believe, an 1880 silver dollar with Stephen Decatur, Admiral, Captain. Captain Decatur. And that's a rare banknote. There's only like 300 of them of all of that. And it's a great video. Go see Ontario. But, those notes tend to get expensive, but that's okay. They're the notes with the history. What do you think, Big Apple?
Of course. It's what's in your budget, right? It's how much people are going to want to spend. But obviously, we know that as we get to currency that is harder to get, becomes more expensive and a lower grade, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what can we really do? Do we grab a note that says a net, but we have it, right? Does it have details? I've grabbed notes before that have details in the back.
Yeah.
And, it's a high grade.
Is it details or is it comments? Because you've got a straight grade, you've got a grade without any comments on the back, and then you'll have details or net.
Well, first of all, what is it? PCGS does details.
Correct.
NGC does net.
Correct.
Right? So it's net would be whatever they're discussing in the back. We're talking about.
They put it on there, but you have plenty of notes that they'll just give it a straight grade, and they have comments on the back. There's no net. There's no details.
Well, yeah. But that's that.
Some people won't buy. Some people won't buy that note. I'll buy it all day long.
Of course, so would I.
Yeah.
But it does take away value.
Yeah, and you were asking that about your video yesterday and that 1869 rainbow.
Right.
And that one, yeah, they did a repair on it. You had to literally get out Massabesic Gold and Silver's microscope, the Hubble scope, to see it. And
right.
That's where I'm like, okay, I get it, but and for the coin folks coming in, it's a different game. It's more acceptable. We know that details and, details, especially in the coin world. What does NGC call it?
Yeah, that's clean.
They just say clean. They don't have detail
clean.
Net.
Cleaned or no, there is no net in a coin.
Yeah, but they have details with PCGS, my understanding. They'll say details clean, details scratched, or whatever.
Yeah, detail, scratch, detail. It's always a detail. Whatever.
Does NGC do that? I don't know.
Yeah, NGC does the same thing.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, it's weird that PMG, the cousin, lists out net, You know what I mean? And PCGS
Right.
uses the same term, details
Right.
on both sides.
Correct. Scott, what's going on? My note is the 1880 $50 note with Benji on it.
Yeah,
that was my note. And talk about that one note, Dan. You know that you and I we went back, and of course I can't really show you that note because one, I don't have that note. I almost had it, but of course I punked out. I became, I don't know, the punk bitch out of me came out. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you New York style. The punk bitch came out of me. I didn't hit the button. It was an auction. It was in I don't know if it was in Heritage or in Stacks and Bowers. I think it was in Stacks and Bowers, and it had some sort of back repair. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was a grade 25. And it was going, I mean, it was like a 25 or 25. Oh, it was a 30, I think it was. Show one of those. But it was almost $6,000 note if it had nothing on it. But because it had some sort of indication. Thank you.
Are you guys, am I sharing my screen right now? You see
that?
Yes,
you are. Yeah, great. Okay, perfect.
So there's the love affair that Big Apple's talking about.
You're going to pull it up? Is it? You pulling it out?
It's not up.
Well, you gotta pull the next one out. Did you plug it out?
Yeah, I just stopped sharing. Did people see that? Tell me.
We did see it, but we didn't see you got it. What you got to do is open up the actual currency itself. Of course, I could do the same shit, but I know that you probably have the note.
I don't have the note. I have a image of the note.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So if you open up the image of your side and just open it on your side, then share it.
Yeah, I think. Did everybody see that?
You share your whole fucking email. We don't want to see all your email. So yeah. Yeah. There's a difference in a net.
Oh, here we go. So there you go.
Yeah. So here it is. Yeah. This is the note that that's one of my favorite notes. This is the one that I've actually been dying for, and I almost had it. I literally almost had that note, and I should have hit it. And I don't know. Like I said, the punk bitch came right out of me. And as being a New Yorker, I should have just, I should have whacked it. You know what I'm saying? Totally forgot it. James, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? So yeah, totally forgot, totally screwed up on that one. I could have had that note, but so I kind of lost out. I mean, but probably all said and done, it probably would have been like maybe 4,500, but it was a well-to-do note for sure.
That's a big boy pants.
Yeah, that's actually my note. That's my note. That's the note that I love. So I know Dan is the watermelon note? Is that what it is?
What about that? I've got to take the city of St. Paul hostage and demand money to get a watermelon of any kind.
Yeah, right. You gotta sell something.
Because
for sure. I did also some of the guys I know. Jeff Davis, I had dropped the link. If you're more than welcome, you guys can come back. I mean, come up here if you want. I know some of the guys I had dropped the link if they want to stop up here. I think I don't know if retired Navy Rob. I did send it to him also. So, but yeah, that's going back to the grades of these notes. For instance, that 20 is, I think, even though with the hard repair, I think that was something. Hold on, we got this guy coming up here.
Wow,
Jeff in the house. What is going on?
Is literally in the house.
Yes.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good,
Jeff,
man. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great. I've been looking forward to this since Big Apple mentioned it, that you were going to come up live, Dan.
Yeah, this is just last minute, what the heck kind of stuff. I actually had today off because I get President's Day off because I work for a historical society, but I didn't get Monday off because I had to do stuff. So I traded it for a long weekend on this weekend. So Big Apple was abusing me this morning.
He wouldn't do that.
Dan said he's all. So I said, "Oh shit, Dan, what do you do?" I said, "No way, I do an auction." I said, "Dan, you want to pop up today?" Figured. He said, "Sure, let's do something." I said, "All right, well, we'll do something today for 4:45." So
yeah, I think that's great. And Dan, I answered your survey that you did
good.
about
Thank you.
notes and that. You say you're the poor man collector. Well, I am too. I was taught years and years ago with anything that you collect is collect what you like and buy what you can afford. And it's so easy to get carried away in a hobby, especially a hobby like the currency or coins, that there's just so many beautiful notes. And you get caught up in auction fever, and the next thing you know, you've overspent your budget. And you got to be careful.
I mean, it is. Well, I mean that's kind of like, and you can spend it other places. Like I've got. Oh, where is this? Let's see if this. No, I'm just being an idiot with this. I got the note up or the image that I want to share. I just don't know what it is.
Hi, Lola.
Hi.
Lola, I've never met you or talked to you. How are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm scary, but I'm good.
Yeah, Lola even picks up a piece of currency every now and then.
Yeah, Lola collects too, by the way, Dan.
Yep.
Yeah,
She
I
does
collect
like
lots. They don't need to see me.
Oh, yes, they do.
I'm scary.
There
You're
you
not.
All right, so Jeff Davis, your browser has blocked your screen. Man, I am just struggling with this.
Yeah, sorry guys, because Dan's a rookie in StreamYards, by the way. I know.
Yeah, the buttons are all in a different place.
Yeah, he's not. Scratch and go. What is going on? How are you today?
Scratch and go. That's a disturbing name.
Yeah, scratch and go. You got to scratch and go. Scratch a little cards. That's what you scratch.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It could be scratching whatever. I have no idea. It could be scratching. All right. So there we go. We got something going.
All right. Yeah. So can you see this?
Yeah. Now you would have to open it and open up your other stream.
What are you guys looking at?
We're looking at the white screen. We don't want to see the white screen.
I know.
You got to do what you did before. You got to. Let me help you out with this. Let me remove this, remove that, and then open it big on your side, and then this is like rookie night here, guys.
It is rookie night. It's like rookie night. I'm sorry, Zoom makes a lot more sense. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, we don't do Zoom on
yeah, I know. Yeah. All right, so if I see the image up. I showed it before.
Well, yeah. However, you did the $50 note is the same way.
It's not giving me an option to. I mean, I've got the note or the image up, and it's not giving me the screen to do it. Sorry, folks.
Well, you got to go back to share the screen. Go to the bottom, and it should give you. You got to close it on the bottom, and then open it, share it. Yeah. No.
No.
Okay. Shit. All right.
Dan, don't feel bad. I wouldn't have a clue how to do what you're doing now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're not, here we go. We got it.
Okay, no, I didn't. Because I'm just trying to show. You know how you bring up an image in the viewfinder, and I hit share screen. I see the image. I click on it. Allow. There we go.
There we go.
You guys see it?
Yeah, of course we see it. We see the same thing you're looking at.
What am I looking at? I don't know what I'm looking at.
You're looking at the same shit we're looking at.
My 5 dirty secret currency collections?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a video coming up, and I'm finally 5 minutes later connecting it to what Jeff Davis was talking about. But it's like, yeah, I collect some stuff that you guys are going to go, what the hell? Kentucky John is just going to shake his head. And George Campbell will say, are you crazy? Are you crazy? You know, and you know, it's my little sickness that I have with, you know, some different things, and they're numismatically related. That ought to give you a clue. But anyways, and some of the notes have gotten, I don't know, I've spent some money on them. So anyways,
what's up, everybody?
There's Kentucky John.
Hey,
That is-
KY.
How's it
That's
going, y'all?
Kentucky John. I don't know. He's in space with his fucking notes.
Yeah,
This guy, come on up here. What are we doing, KY?
I just want to show y'all the difference in a net and comments.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get them together.
Well, since you're up here, you're doing your shit. You might as well just take it over.
Hold on.
Since you took it over,
All right. So y'all were talking about nets and comments and stuff. So let's say this note went in for grading. This would get a net where it's really damaged. This would be a net. All right. And then on your comments, like this one, this is the only one in 63. It's a 1914.
Yeah, Richmond's a tough district, very tough.
Yeah. And it has the comment of minor rust.
Right, but no net, no detail.
No net.
That's what I was saying. It's got 3 different levels.
Right. And anytime you see minor, I mean, that's what they're considering the minor rust. That little spot and that little spot is basically, you can hardly see it. And like on this side, it's where a paper clip was.
Yeah.
So
Paper clips are death to banking.
yeah. So I mean, if it's damaged, it'll be a net. But you know, comments. I mean, you're gonna find different comments on stuff, and they won't be nets.
Yeah, sorry, I'm laughing at Dean. He's
I know. So am I.
what an asshole. You know, but you know, this is the difference, and I know there's some coin folks out here. Ogre Coins, dude, what's up? Hey, anyways,
Yeah, it's some white out.
you know, it's the difference of coming over where, you know, and details doesn't mean death to coins. We all know that. It's a rare, scarce, right? We all don't use some white out. We all know that, right? The rare ones, but you send something and it's gotten cleaned, it's over on a normal, you know, it's now just a 1 ounce piece of, 0.9 ounce piece of silver, you know?
Right. I mean, if you
that is not true with a banknote. It will still have some value. Thank you, Kentucky John, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing up those notes and
displaying. So this is the fun, though. It adds a layer of what do you pay for it, right? Okay, it's a straight grade, no comments. That's great. Now you can look in the book and look everywhere else and go, okay, I got a 63, you know, FRN from Richmond. Great. Oh, it's got comments. Well, it's got minor rust. So the seller will say that, you know, Kentucky John, you'll be like, yeah, give me a break. It doesn't affect the note. I'm not going to reduce my price. The buyer's going to say, yeah, I want 10%, whatever.
Yes.
And then you go to net, and now it's a, you know, whole new game, net or details.
Mm-hmm.
But the note still has a lot of value.
Correct.
You know, so I'm trying to think. By the way, it was fun. I had to work Monday night. We had trivia night. Yeah. Or Tuesday night, sorry. But there was notes that I was looking for. And Dean, you'll appreciate this. Dean's the only one that knows, or actually Big Apple, but don't say what it is. And that one, the note I picked up, it's a net, but it's a 1910 note,
Right.
Put out by the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, I might add. And it's a net. But guess what? It's a rare note, and it was a star note.
Right.
So, that's where you get into the what are we looking at? What's it going to cost?
Yeah. Give me before we start. Rob, how are you? How you doing?
Hey, Rob.
Pretty good, Big Apple. How
Hello,
you doing,
Rob.
Ian? Jeff?
Just to let you know, that right now I have you on mute there, Rob. But somehow you're having either something on where you're having feedback, and you're giving everybody else here feedback. So I don't know what you have. Hold on.
Okay, let me adjust my audio. Let me play around with it.
Yeah, I think the mic.
Hey, Jeff Davis.
Yes, sir.
How long you been married to your beautiful wife, Lola?
We just celebrated our 13th anniversary.
Oh, you're
And-
rookies. You're newlyweds, man.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I couldn't be happier, I'll tell you
Good,
that.
Rob.
Nice.
So here's Masterpiece of Gold. He's asking, he'll take a detail 1883 S Morgan dollar, one of the most rarest coins that there are. 100,000 of these minted, right?
Yeah. Right.
It is extremely hard to find that. You'll mostly find these coins either detailed, damaged, clean, or whatever, and they're still $5,000.
But here's and Dean, thank you for bringing that up. He brought it up. We were talking about on the round table, the last round table. We touched on it, and it does still have. Go shock it. With the details, though, what's nice about currency is they still assign a grade.
Yeah.
And
That is true. That is one thing about currency. They will still give it a grade. They still will definitely give it a grade. And I'll tell you one other company who still gives coin grades is Annex. If I'm not mistaken, Annex is the one that will also give you a grade for a coin that's detailed clean. It will still put V30 or AU58 detailed clean. It will still give you the grade. Annex itself. NGC PCGS won't do that. They'll just tell you either UNC, AU detail, clean. They won't put a number next to it, which is unfortunately, I wish they did do that, because it would kind of give the public of anyone who's selling that coin the saying, okay, this is an AU58, because when you say AU detail, well, it could be AU 50, 53, 55, 58. We don't know.
You don't know.
So
Right.
we would have to just go with the lowest one, which would be 50, right?
As
If
a
we
buyer,
would-
yeah. Why would you guess?
Right. So that's
Davis, is there any comments? Sorry, Big Apple. Is there any comments on the back of that?
Piece reattached with tape, which is down here in the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. This is an 1890 Treasury note. I think this is the one, Jeff Davis, moving to the side a little bit. This is the one with the small, nope, the other way. This is the small, this was the large brown seal. He did just pick this up. I was going to take it, but I told Jeff Davis, you know what, Jeff Davis, just take it, because what's going to happen is I'm going to wind up purchasing this, and then I got to sell it to somebody in the coin community that people don't even buy currency. There's very few people that buy currency in the coin community. So, and everybody that does collect currency, it's thank you for being here, by the way. So Jeff Davis picked this note up. He actually got it on a really good deal, I think.
Big Apple helped me to get it, and I'm very thankful for that.
A very difficult. I'm sorry, Jeff Davis, a very difficult note to pick up. This 1890 Treasury note, Dan. Right now there's one in Stacks and Bowers that has a small seal that I'm on it just to let everybody know. So you let me know. We could go head to head with this. But yeah, and people are going after it. It's like, so it's just like, okay, these 1890s are a little harder to get than the 1891.
Well,
and this is the only one that I'm missing. So go ahead.
I mean, this is where, the budget, and you sit and hunt and find and see what you can get. And I know, again, Ontario 100 just showed a beautiful 1923 $5 silver certificate, within the last week that he picked up. But I mean, it's like, talk about your details.
Look at
and
that.
It's like, if I do this, but look what happens when I do that.
Wow.
And that is full details. It's like, there's like a, ocean of notes right there. But you know what? I don't care. The rest of the note is still pretty good. It's still in good shape. Do I want the tape? No. But I was able to pick this up for less than $600.
Right. And again,
without that tape, even with the tear, that's a $1,100 note.
Absolutely. Even in the grade of 15, I'm assuming that you got it, right?
Yeah, the grade was a 15. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a hard note. It's a hard note to get, right? Mm-hmm. It's no difference like in the Morgan world, the Morgan dollar world, right? What do we see in an auction all the time? We see the regular P's, the regular, there's people out there that have 1885. They got 5 of them, They got
Condoms.
5. What the hell is that?
Condoms.
Condoms. Okay. So, you got 5 1885 Phillies and maybe 1 O, but you got no S's, right? Because the S's are hard to get, right? So are the O's, but the S's are very difficult to get. So, most of the common stuff is out there. So that 1895 Lincoln, 1899 silver certificate Lincoln, hard to get. Am I correct? Or is it, you're not going to find that in different auctions, correct? You could find it, but
yeah, I mean, it's just a 1899 Lincoln.
You could find them, not as much, but you'll find maybe 1, 2. I think in the auction coming up, I don't think there's any of them up there. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think I ever really see them on Heritage.
Yeah.
On Heritage, you'll see maybe one once in a while. I see. Unless maybe I don't see it, but it is something that's not.
Well, I mean, hold on. Let's just make sure there is no real 1899 Lincoln. There is on the Black Eagle. Is that what you're talking about?
The
Black Eagle.
The Black Eagle. Did I say the Black Eagle?
No. Well, you just said 1899, and that's actually, I'm not trying to step on you, but that's pretty easy note to find in good grade.
Yeah.
What?
So that's not the note you're.
Which one are you talking about?
I mean, I'm not talking about anything. I just want to make sure that we're talking about that we're not giving wrong information. No offense, Big A.
Sorry.
But right. Since you're in 1899 silver certificates, I mean, obviously the Chief is the $1895. There's plenty of them. You're just going to have to get the crowbar out of the wallet.
Right.
And the tougher one out of those 3 to find is actually the $2 1899 with mini porthole. That's actually
that's the one.
They're not left and right. There it is. Yeah. Thanks, KY.
This one is a little difficult. The 18.
Yeah.
And those have been going up in price, by the way. Those have been jumping. And if anybody's looking to fill that hole, I would buy sooner than later because I've been tracking it because I was looking for a replacement on mine. And I'm like, I'm just going to stick with what I got because they've gone up so much.
Yeah. Sorry, Dean. Yeah, he met the porthole, which was
the 1923. Yeah, they're rare.
I was talking about Morgans. Right, I'm thinking Morgans.
See,
that's why
Morgans are bad. Coins are bad. They're very bad.
18 with all the dates, you forget.
Oh no, I mean there's 1,000 of them. Big Apple.
Porterhole. The porterhole is very difficult.
Porthole, not porter.
I call it the port. That's the way I say New York
Port a
style.
hole.
Porterhole. He's sticking some black guy that's going through a hole. I mean,
Thank you.
Don't mean to get racist
for that. Thank you very much. All right. So that note is very, but also the one here with the 1899, the one that Kentucky has there too, is also.
It's
that one is not. Yeah. You don't find that one as much either.
Big Apple froze.
That one. The Black Eagle is you can find that one.
Yeah.
The 1923 is the one, but those are harder to get. And I was going back to my Morgans. There's a lot of rare dates. It's just rare dates that people are selling. Those are easy to find.
I was watching one currency channel that was just recently showing like Carson cities, and I heard there's a couple really rare ones. Can't remember where. But
it was I pity the fool.
I mean Carson cities. The easy ones to find are the 82, 83, and 84.
Yeah.
Right. Those are probably your most easiest ones to kind of find. The 78. The 1880, 81, 79 is very difficult to find. The 1889, the 91, the 92, and the 93. Those are hard. Those are a little, harder to get. As in a decent grade. I do have those here, sitting right here in front of me. So, those are, king of. And
1889. That's what I heard.
Well, and that one is the 79 also, but the 89 is very difficult to find. You won't find the GSA in that. I think there was only one GSA.
You know what's great about this? Talking Morgans. This is so awesome. I'm having a great time.
No, we were talking about everything. We're talking about everything here,
I know. I'm just giving you crap.
So, but most of these notes, I think that most of these notes are, the best places to be picking them up is Heritage and Stacks and Bowers. eBay is just people that are on crack.
Some of them.
Some of them. Right.
Some of them.
eBay's a very good place. I would say less than $200. eBay's a great place to go looking for notes. A lot of small size, a huge variety. You can cut some deals. But and again, over the last year, that's when I've discovered wow, Heritage. And, when I did that Heritage video, was it worth it? And, I got a couple comments, well, I'm never going to pay that 20% fee. And I'm like, what part of this didn't you understand where I found 5 notes at the time that were 30% higher than what I paid at Heritage with the 20% upcharge?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the secret. You got to take that into consideration when you're bidding.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of people don't.
But you go on eBay and it's like I use, for folks out there, one of the things that you got to find out what's the value. And one of the best places to do that is the Stacks Bowers. They don't have as many as Heritage, but go to their archives. Go to Heritage Sold and look up your note, and all you can see the recent sales. Like that's what we were doing. Big Apple. We were researching last week a couple notes, and I'm just trying to figure out, help Big Apple going, well, which one should I get, Dan? Right? That was kind of the question. And it turned out either one, but only 5 of those notes each had sold in the last year at Heritage. And I'm talking all FR numbers. We weren't drilling down FR 1, 2, 3, but so that means those notes don't come along that often. Anyways, but it does. Heritage does a really, really, really nice job of of giving you what things are selling for today, much more than eBay. eBay's horrific. It's a car accident.
Yeah.
Well, what you're saying, Dan, is, get the education on what you want to buy, which Big Apple has preached and taught for forever, basically.
Yeah.
That know what you're looking at. Don't just go blindly into the night and buying this stuff, or you're going to get ripped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean that's, and when you have the grade, it makes it easier. The question is when you don't have the grade, which, for I don't know, the first 10 years I collected started in basically 1999. And, I had 3 kids, I had a mortgage, I had college, for 3 kids. And it's like, there's just no money. So I tried to collect as much as I could with ungraded notes. And that's why I appreciate eBay. I'm not going to bag them on those notes. But, at the same time, eBay does a nice job because there is so many out there, right? It's like, I would highly discourage you going to a dealer and saying, well, how's that 1934 silver certificate? $5, right? And he'll have it for $25 and you can find it on eBay for 18 or whatever.
All right.
And you'll look at 40 of them instead of the one at the dealer. So that's where I look at eBay going, they got a selection. I'd have to drive to a big show or fly to a big show to find that kind of selection, and eBay still will beat it. But Heritage, the only thing, you just have to wait and be patient, and that's actually a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I really like eBay for is, and you all know my taste, I go all over the place.
Mhm.
But the Not Guild, because you can find a lot of nice Not Guild on there. And most of them are make offer, and you can always make a lower offer, and 99% of the time they accept it.
Yeah.
Like where are you going to find those, Rob? Within a 50-mile drive of your home? Nowhere.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm doing a battleship video, and I got like, I don't know, doing a video on the battleship, and I got like 40 videos where I just gather information. It's funny you brought up the Not Guild, because in 1918, some city issued a Not Guild with a battleship, a German battleship on it. It's really cool. And so I'm just finding other notes that have battleships on them. Well, technically, it's not a battleship. Well, that one is. China. I just found China had a battleship note that's really a destroyer. But, whatever.
It's not a battleship, but
Is that a passenger liner?
yeah.
What is that note? Do you know?
I don't know. That's why I got to do some research. I dig around on Umista, and I'll find out. Because, every city made their own.
Will you snap me a picture of the front and back of that, Rob?
Well, certainly.
And just email it to me? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Because I've got that sickness too. And this is one of the things where, me and Rob are more eclectic. We go down the road of some different stuff. And it's fun. I have, it's getting tough finding notes,
I like grabbing weird things like the Chinese puppet banks.
Yeah.
From before World War II really got involved.
Johnson family.
Just weird, like you said, I like to say I got the ADD of collecting,
Well, and, I mean, you always get into the conversation, right? Investment versus collecting. And I'm a collector first, but I do care about the investment. I at least want to, I want to get 70% back. If I was to die today, I want my wife, here's the list. It's organized. Here you go. She should be able to get 70% back,
at least,
because of a couple relationships that I have, right, with a dealer. But with World Banknotes, Rob, you know that you're buying stamps, right? I mean, it's.
But you know what? It's collecting at that point.
Right. but it is fun because it's literally an ocean, a world. Kentucky John, you're a stamp collector, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
was when I first started. That's how I got into currency.
Seriously, I was making a joke. Whoops.
Oh yeah,
He likes to knock gold too.
if you're talking about these.
So you were a philatelist?
Yeah,
That's what they call
well,
stamp collectors. It sounds like you should be in prison with
yeah,
currency conduct.
yeah.
With
And
currency
shame
conduct.
on Bloxy.
What do you got there?
But yeah, I mean, this is what started me. I
Gotcha.
didn't know because this was what I considered a stamp, but it's not. But
Right.
this was fractional.
It came from stamps.
Yeah, but this is how I got started. Was with these, and then it worked into the larger notes. But that's how I really got started. Didn't really like collect stamps or anything.
Now we've seen the encased postage on Heritage.
Yeah.
Or was that on Stacks that we saw that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing for me is that those fractionals. I mean, the Civil War era, this and that. It's a great story.
Yeah.
It's a really good story. Anyways, fractionals.
You know, the thing for me is, you mentioned great story. There seems to be, at the very least, an interesting story on every piece of currency you come across. You know, there's history in the older pieces of currency, and there's always a story with it if you look into it a little bit, and it just fascinates me. And like you, Dan, I love history, and I think all of us do.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of the story.
No, Dan don't like history. He's just a historian. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just work for him. I mean,
oh, there's some stamps. There's some battleship stamps.
That is on a national bank for $56. It came out in 1898.
That is so cool. Look at that. My wife would like Van Vost. My wife is 100% Dutch, so. And
So, yeah,
Dutch
this is
people scare me. Look at that.
Focus. But I hate that it's covered up.
Right?
Why are they why did they put the stamp on?
I don't know. Because I bet that it would have been really nice, that vignette.
It's still kind of quirky weird, though. It kind of adds to it in a weird
Yeah.
way.
Just where they endorsed it on the back.
Well, did they not use envelopes back then?
I don't guess so. I think they just stamped it and mailed it out, and it got to where it needed to go.
Is there an address on there?
It's
probably local. They probably just mailed it locally, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's Albert."
Maybe.
Yeah, it's Augustus. Just drop it off at his house.
Yeah,
probably so. I mean,
boss.
They had to pay Joe Blow over there to send it to him.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's
now. KY, are those postage stamps, or are they like a tax stamp?
Proprietary. I honestly wouldn't know.
interesting how they're being canceled.
Enjoy your day, brother. Your evening.
Yeah. But I'd say that they're postage. I don't know. I mean, if it's a small town, I mean, back then, 1898, but.
Well, the government, in charging taxes on certain things, they issue a stamp.
Right. Right. A tax
and
stamp.
I just wondered if it was postage or some type of tax stamp. And I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but that sure is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, here, I'm going to kick you off, Kentucky John.
All right.
How do I do that?
It's just like that.
I'm here.
Here, spotlight me for me, would you, Big Apple? Because this is. I just got this note. Oh, and there we go. And this is an obsolete from Illinois. It's part of actually, Illinois obsoletes are hard to find, believe it or not. But I love the big punch canceled holes. But what was super interesting was the back.
Wow.
All the cancellations and signatures going back to 1842. That's what made me get this note. And Jeff Davis, you can take me off. Jeff Davis, that's what I'm talking about as far you're talking about. I mean, what's the history on that note? I could probably go find out, look up those people. I could probably find their graves. Yeah, it's just super cool. And if I'm reading this correctly, it was issued, and then when they took it in, and then when they took it in, they got $35 for it instead of $100. Then it was again, they got I can't read the second one. The second stamp got punched, but the third one says $17.24. So they had this starts out at 100, but it's an obsolete banknote, so they're not going to give the whole value for it. So, that's the world of obsoletes.
Yeah, the further you got from the bank, the less it was worth.
So, anyways, just that's the history. That's just the coolness of that note for me.
Right. So, but guys, we're going to be we've almost been up here for about 1 hour. We don't really have a set time to get off, but we're going to probably wind up shutting down. I don't know if you guys have anything else to say. Forever hold your peace. Anybody? John?
I'm good.
Robert?
No, sir.
Jeff Davis? Myself?
Nope. Always a pleasure, Big Apple.
Yeah, we're gonna be shutting down. Don't forget, guys. Stay at the back of the stream first. Don't get off. We're gonna shut down. Because just to let you guys know, I'll bring you guys down, bring you guys back up. And basically that's about it. So, like I always tell everybody, take care, brush your hair, guys, because we are going to be out of here. Normally we kind of stay to about 6 and do a raid to MOZB. They do the social hour. Of course, I'm going to be shutting down a little sooner than that because I want to take care of something. So, guys, we are out of here. Lola, yes, of course. Have a great day. And again, thanks a lot for stopping in. Guys, don't forget next Thursday, this next Thursday coming up, I will be having an auction. I will definitely have an auction this Thursday coming up. So if you guys don't forget.
Thursday or Friday, Big Apple?
Friday. Did I say Thursday?
You did say Thursday.
I did say Thursday. Of course, that's the stupidity of myself. Thursday. But I meant Friday, guys. Friday, we're going to be having that auction. So don't forget to look out for the little sign out there. So, guys, like I tell everybody, take care, brush your hair, baby. We are out of here. George, take care. Everybody, we are out of here.
Thanks, Big Apple.
So the wingo.